So this is the closing of our great response to Dunbar's poem. You should be creating a response, and art students are drawing. Drama students are doing a response to the poem. They're writing a poem. Drama students, make sure you see me talking about my response. Please check that out. It says reading 3 in your PowerPoint. But this is the cool down discussion. We're going to see who's typing in the chat box. What does it mean to take off your mask? What does it mean to take off your mask? So anyone could go ahead. Anyone could type in the chat box right now. What does it mean to take off your mask? And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to my Google Meets and I'm going to check out, see what people are saying in Google Meets, if I can find it. Here we go. So what does it mean to take off your mask? And I'm going to record the chat box. Thank you everyone who's writing. We need to record ourselves doing the poem. Yes, Aaliyah, you need to record yourself doing the poem because drama, you got to act. So we got to get back into that acting. Me. Drama. Do your warm-up. Do your vocal warm-ups before you go ahead and you record. Okay, where's my chat box? Andy joined. Thanks, Andy, for coming back to class. Okay, I'm having a tech issue with my seeing the chat box here. Google Meets is freaking out. Google Meets doesn't know what to do with me. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read what people are saying on the screen. So again, the cool down question is right here. I'm going to open it up in another window. The cool down questions that we're writing about in the other window are: do you think people can take off their mask? Rogelio says, do they love you or the mask that you put on every day? That's a great question, Rogelio. That's actually fascinating. Gerardo says people can take off their mask. It is possible. Thank you, Gerardo, for sharing. Yeah, but it's hard. Why is it hard, Alex, for people to take off their mask? Why is it so hard? Maybe we don't take off our mask because we think people love our mask more than our internal identity. Did I just answer my own question? Bad teacher, bad teacher. But like, why don't people take off their mask? Why is it so hard to take off the mask? Thank you everyone who's coming back from small group, your studio session. But why don't people take off their mask? What taking your mask is when you accept yourself and let others see that side of you that is vulnerable, even if they might not like it because it's you. So do people not take off their mask because they're afraid that they won't be loved? I know that you guys have something beautiful under your mask. Gerardo says yes. Rogelio says behind every mask there is a face, and behind that a story. Yes. You all have beautiful untold stories. Gerardo says twinkles. You all have gorgeous untold stories, and you're going to tell that story by creating your response today. Karen says, we don't want our true selves to show. Well, you guys have a choice. You can promise to show your true selves. Just you promising to show your true selves, that's part of your promise. To show yourselves, open up in your art. Angel says, but it is hard because if you take off your mask, then maybe others will call you ugly. Right? So maybe we could type in the chat box as we close class. We can do an initial promise to not judge each other. Behind our mask, there is a different person. So I'm going to lead by example. I promise not to judge the real you. Right? So as a community, we need to promise to not judge each other. We need to make that promise. Can you type that promise in the box? So we're talking about, again, those of you who just joining us, like anyone else, why is it so hard to take off the mask? Can you promise to not judge each other? Can you promise to be vulnerable? Sandra says they have had the mask on for so long that they are used to it, right? Some of us, our mask is just kind of like stuck to our face. We can't even get it off, right? We like our mask. We like our thin mask. We hide behind this exterior. I agree, right? So that's why here we are in the middle of the unit. And we're talking about this now because it might take time. It might take time for you to write that truth down. Thank you, everyone who's commenting. Any other thoughts about how we can take off our mask? How do we take off our mask if it's stuck to our face? What do we do? Anyone have any advice? What are our next steps? Pry it open with a crowbar, says Andy. Okay, but what is the crowbar? So, like, we're not literally ripping our face off with a crowbar, people. We're not literally peeling our skin off. Let's be clear to everyone at home. What are those tools, Andy? What is the... Andy says, oh, okay. What are the tools? How do we get the mask off? How do we get it off? Gerardo says, maybe there's nothing behind the mask. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe there's nothing inside of your identity box. There is, Gerardo. I promise you, it's your untold stories. It's everything you've been through. It's your experiences. That is your mask. Maybe another mask, Andy says. One mask. Another mask. Another mask. Have you guys seen The Mask by Jim Carrey? Keep taking those masks off, but it's about inventing yourself. So much of this unit is about inventing yourself. And by creating that response today, you are going to invent a new and beautiful and confident you. You are building yourself up. And it is a true you. You are being honest. You are being yourselves. We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life. Well, isn't that why humans keep their masks on, Rogelio? Because they don't want to feel pain? Isn't that why the Nazis put their mask on? They didn't want to feel pain while they were hurting the Jews. They just wanted to put their mask on and be safe. The mask is the cave, guys, right? But sometimes, like, taking off your mask is suffering. To get out of the cave was painful. To take off that mask is going to be painful, right? But you have to believe that there's something beautiful underneath. You have to know. Any other comments as we close class? This was a beautiful discussion, guys. Thank you, everyone who came back, whole group. How are the responses going? Are we drawing pictures? Are we writing our own mask response? Are you sure the Nazis were wearing masks? I'm not sure of anything, Rogelio. I am not sure of anything. The one thing I know is that I know nothing, and I need to leave the cave. I know that I'm in the cave, Rogelio. I wasn't there, but I'm assuming. And they were brainwashed by propaganda, right? The cave is a place of propaganda. We all have masks. Some people don't even know they have one on. Some people think they're being honest. They think they're being themselves. They don't know. Gerardo says, new and beautiful. You saying we ain't beautiful now. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. I'm saying your internal identity is beautiful. I'm saying you're going to get even more amazing as you make your promise. Yes, you're beautiful now, Gerardo. You're gorgeous. So how can they know they were wearing a mask if they know what's the truth to them? I mean, they don't know that they have a mask on. So if you're committing evil, you don't know that it's evil, right? You have to be a little bit numb. How else do bullies bully? Why do Nazis create such pain? They don't know they have a mask on. So part of making the world a better place is being aware that you have that mask on so you could take it off. And you are going to show that mask through your art and through your monologues. So express yourself. Film a video of you making this poem. Rogelio, attachment is forbidden. Possession is forbidden. Compassion, which I would define as unconditional love, is essential to a Jedi's life. So you might say that we are encouraged to love. Guys, Star Wars quotes are definitely great resources for your sophomore promise. Okay? There's something so great. I mean, to be a Jedi is to leave the cave. To be a Jedi is to take off your mask. Darth Vader has a mask on! He's on the dark side because he has a mask on. Gerardo. Jedis are forbidden to love. Yes, but can't Jedis love themselves? So I want you to think about that, like, question. Yeah, you can love yourself, Jedis. I want you to think about these questions as you do your response. LOL. I love coming and I love talking to you guys. Thank you, everyone who came to your whole group discussion. I'm going to hang out for a while as you finish your responses. I may even play that drama video to make sure drama understands what they're doing with their response. Please attach your responses to the exit slip, guys. This is a huge day. This is a really important class, so make sure you attach your mask responses to today's exit slip. It is a very important exit slip. We're kind of in the middle of the unit. Next class, we are going to write your promise, and we're going to do those thinking maps. Please make sure you're updating your slides, and you are pasting your responses in your slides. That is your final, guys. Your slides are your final. I love the twinkles. This is Miss Copera signing off. Did this even record?